Now folks, we're gonna get straight into this. I would say this. Let's take a break from all this nonsense of DEI or sort. We're coming back with Kingdom Hearts 4, and it's believed, according to this creator, Gamers Joint, that Kingdom Hearts 4 is about to release right after Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Let's check it out.
Alright guys, welcome back to another one. So today we're going to talk about something quite interesting that came out a couple of weeks ago that has sparked a bit of conversation within both the Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts community. Cody Christensen, the official voice actor of Cloud for the Remake trilogy, posted up on his Instagram a story saying that he's currently back in the studio, reunited with his bestie, with a little sticker there of Cloud. Now, this tells us that clearly whatever Cody is working on as of right now has something to do with Final Fantasy VII. Now, the immediate assumption here is, okay, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, although that's kind of insane at the same time, only because Rebirth came out at the beginning of last year, and we know that Part 3 entered into development around about March, April of 2024, with full-scale development beginning towards the end of 2024. So, to think of a situation where Square Enix are currently already getting the voice actors to record their lines, though we do know that the bulk, if not all of the script of Part 3 has already been finalized. That's pretty crazy to think about, because generally, if we're looking at video game development, voice acting is one of the final phases of development that happens for the entire process. Now that is just generally speaking though. That's not to say that some devs out there don't record lines towards the earlier stages of development, so long as the script has already been finished.
Another thing, hopefully, we haven't heard anything from Kingdom Hearts 4. Well, except for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know if they're going to include Final Fantasy VII Remake as a world in Kingdom Hearts 4. I know Disney is a mess right now. Their Marvel games, or perhaps Marvel movies and TV shows flopping, flop after flop. Star Wars, same thing. I think it's a good idea to release Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 first, because right now, Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually more like a collaboration game. It's Disney and Square Enix. Because Square Enix has rights to the Final Fantasy characters. Disney have Disney characters.
As we all know, we've heard a lot about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Like, a lot. Even before Rebirth came out, there was already information from Hamaguchi and the rest of the team talking about tidbits to do with Part 3. And then, of course, Rebirth came and went, and we heard even more about what Square Enix have in store for this final entry into the Remake trilogy. At this stage, we've actually heard more about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 than we have Kingdom Hearts 4. It's pretty crazy to think about. A game that has been officially unveiled with a piece of visual media has less information on it compared to a game that hasn't been officially unveiled. Now, my opinion towards the release of KH4 and Remake Part 3 has always been Kingdom Hearts 4 2026 and Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 2027. It seems that 2027 is the year that Square Enix intend to release Part 3. We know that development for Rebirth happened at an insane rate. Seriously, the team responsible for the 7 Remake project are probably the most efficient in amongst all teams under the Square Enix umbrella. They followed up with Rebirth, a substantially larger and much more ambitious game than Remake, just under 4 years. So looking at 2027, yeah, it's highly likely. But the panic that I've been seeing in amongst the Kingdom Hearts community is that there could be a situation of Remake Part 3 releasing before Kingdom Hearts 4, with some other potential project to fill in the gap of 2026.
That could be a possibility, but still, remember, right now, if you guys don't know, the whole Gamergate situation, Square Enix is still listed as Sweet Baby Inc.'s client, even though they don't showcase it. Square Enix still has their ethics department. It will be interesting to see what's happened. Some people from, well, Hypnotic said that he didn't like the story. Well, some of it. The combat, I think he likes it. For me, I think I prefer the combat better than the story. You can't have woke characters. Again, like I said, you can't have woke characters. However, there's one catch. Gameplay and story must not be sacrificed. At least gameplay. Make sure it's playable. No bugs, no glitches, not even server issue. If you do that, then nobody will bat an eye. And most importantly, don't attack the fans. Who am I kidding? They're gonna do anything about it. So it is a good possibility to have Kingdom Hearts 4 after Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Because right now, Disney is a mess. And I think the ongoing lawsuit, I don't know if it's going to affect Kingdom Hearts 4.
You know right now that Yoko Taro, the director of Nier, has been working on a brand new project for quite some time. It's very likely we could see that being a big Square Enix release for 2026. So now, through the Cody Christensen post and everything we know about Remake Part 3 currently, through the various interviews we've received, I see a lot of people talking about how Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be a 2028 release. So a couple of things to understand about this. Number one, Kingdom Hearts is a series that is owned by Disney and developed by Square Enix. When it comes to PR, marketing, talking about this franchise, all of that needs to be cleared by Disney. Kingdom Hearts isn't a franchise that Square Enix can just freely talk about. Versus any of Square Enix's other games, namely Final Fantasy in this situation, they're free to do and say what they want about that franchise. So Square absolutely have to be a little bit more careful about how they approach talking about Kingdom Hearts. This is probably why we're in a situation that we already have more information on FF7 Part 3 right now than we do Kingdom Hearts 4. The other thing though too is, just because Cody Christensen is in the studio, clearly recording lines for something to do with Cloud, it doesn't automatically mean that it is to do with Part 3. Now look, I want Part 3 as soon as humanly possible because I genuinely mean this. I think that Rebirth is one of the greatest video games that Square Enix have ever released, up there with Kingdom Hearts 2, other Kingdom Hearts games I really enjoy. It is part of their upper echelon of incredible video games. But I think it would be huge mismanagement if it was a situation where we receive Part 3 before Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, I think logically, it totally makes sense that Square Enix would focus more so on Final Fantasy than they would Kingdom Hearts. Why? Well, Final Fantasy prints more money, baby.
Yeah, I could agree with that, even though Disney has full approval on Kingdom Hearts, because this is most likely a collaboration. And I think they still need to get the mechanics, because when it comes to world, they still have to find a good place to sense that world, or perhaps create that world. Okay, what world do we know so far? What world so far that we have? In Kingdom Hearts 3, there's Toy Box, Toy Story, Monstropolis, I believe it's called, Monsters Inc. What world we have left? Kingdom of Corona, Arendelle. Now I have to imagine creating a world on Star Wars and even Marvel is gonna take time. That's why Square Enix is going to focus on mainly Final Fantasy first and then Kingdom Hearts 4. I think Marvel and Star Wars is going to be a major challenge to make a world. They're on their separate universe. And most importantly, I don't know if they're going to include the Avengers. Again, like I said, Disney is still having a mess, and now they're still having their live action Lilo and Stitch, which nobody even knows what will happen. Remains to be seen. It's the world of Star Wars and Marvel. Those two things are probably going to be a challenge for not just Disney, Square Enix, because of the ongoing reception. Like, for example, the recent Marvel's Thunderbolt, that probably flopped. I think it's, according to what I've heard, it is now apathy. I mean, what about you guys? Have you watched Marvel's Thunderbolt? And if so, what was your experience? Now, I'm going to leave his full video link in the description. The two worlds that I mentioned, Marvel and Star Wars, is going to be a challenge. Not only that, they had to find the right voice actor for it. I don't know if they're going to hire Scarlett Johansson or perhaps Florence Pugh to voice Black Widow. I'd be shocked they do that. After all that ramble, let's make a theory. Captain America. Which Captain America should be in Kingdom Hearts 4? Would you choose either Sam Wilson or Steve Rogers? Here's another one, Spider-Man. And since Spider-Man is also a newbie in MCU, he's probably going to bond quickly with Sora. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to see Spider-Man and Sora working together and bond like best friends? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, what else? You guys can make your theory in the comments. Like, for example, the voice acting for the Marvel characters. Who do you think is best to play any Avengers, or perhaps voice actors for the Avengers in Kingdom Hearts 4 if they ever made that world? Say it in the comments. Same goes for Star Wars characters. I think they're trying to create a Keyblade or any keychain that will at least imitate or perhaps be powerful enough to face the dangers of the world of Marvel and Star Wars. I think they still need to create that. Although the main issue right now is, of course, Square Enix ethics department. Even though they say the ethics department is gone, but Sweet Baby Inc. still has them. it's still there. And trust me, the localization is going to censor a lot of things. And this is one thing that many gamers are fighting back: censorship. Nobody likes censorship. I only played Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. I haven't played Rebirth yet because I am waiting for Stellar Blade, but I will be waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4.
That sound. It might be a survivor from the airborne squad.
All right, Lily. I'll hurry.
Lily, I need this communication line.
Ah, Mealy?
What? You were the one that interrupted.
Stop. We've got to focus.
So leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. You can visit my second, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.